Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again. So, after months of wondering and videos and everything, little update videos we would get every couple months or so, we finally have our full base roster for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. And I must say, I am hyped. I am excited. So we're going to, excuse me, in this video, we're going to be going through each character in the roster, excuse me. We're going to talk about my thoughts on the roster as a whole, each character being included, and who I think is going to be DLC. Now, oh, to no surprise, most of the characters, well, I would say like half the characters I predicted when I did my Marvel Tokon Dream roster prediction some time ago. I think it was like a few months ago or so, maybe even longer than that. But I did a discussion on who I thought would be in the base roster. Now I slotted in 40 people and then had 20 DLC. The base roster only has 20, and admittedly, and I think I mentioned it before, that that's a little bit disappointing, but I guess when we see how it's like set up when it comes to the potential plot and everything, which we'll also discuss, I guess it makes sense. But anyway, so, the 20 playable characters we have on our base roster, and we're gonna have some more characters coming in the form of DLC. In fact, if you get I believe you who upgrade to at least the digital deluxe edition, you'll be able to access the year one pass. Let me check my wish list here because I do have a wish listed. But you'll at least be able to access the year one pass when it comes to the DLC characters. There's been at least four that they said they were going to include, but we're probably going to get more. And I imagine if you don't get the digital deluxe, then you'll probably have to buy them separately via like a season pass or anything. Yeah, so digital deluxe, and then there's Ultimate Edition. And I'm probably when I pre-order it, I'm probably gonna pre-order the Ultimate Edition. And yes, I know it's gonna be hell on my wallet, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's worth it, I think, for this game. And may I say, like all the characters, we're gonna talk about all the characters, obviously, but all the characters look absolutely gorgeous in this game. Like you could tell a lot of time and effort went into these characters, and I'm here for it. But without further ado, let's get into the actual roster. This is the base roster of our 20 playable characters, and they're divided up into 5 teams of 4. Of course, one of the big selling points for Marvel Tokon is the whole 4 versus 4 aspect, and things have been split up into 5 teams. And I do like how they revealed each team one by one. Obviously, characters that we saw were going to be in there when they first announced Marvel Tokon, but we saw more and more characters be added to the roster and everything, revealed to be part of the roster. So our 5 teams are the Amazing Guardians, the Fighting Avengers, the Knights of Doom, the Unbreakable X-Men, and the Midnight Suns, or I mean the Samurai Outriders. Starting with the Amazing Guardians, we have Miss Marvel, that being Kamala Khan, Spider-Man, that being Peter Parker, Penny Parker, her along with her Spider Bot, or the SP /DR bot. I believe that's how you say it. And then Star Lord, aka Peter Quill. I don't think there's any other Star Lord, uh, but for the Amazing Guardians, I did not expect Penny Parker to be a part of the base roster. I don't even think I had her on my list for either DLC or the base roster, but it makes sense. Of course, she's gotten a lot more of I would say a lot more notoriety, a lot more of a platform, especially considering the Spider-Verse movies. So it's cool to have her in the game. The other 3 were revealed when they announced Marvel Tokon, so it's cool to see them there. and uh, and we even get listen to the voice actors and everything. Josh Keaton coming in to play Spider-Man, and you know what? It's not Yuri Lowenthal, but I will definitely take it. But next up is the Fighting Avenger, or is that being Black Panther Shuri? He's Black Panther, the Hulk, aka Bruce Banner, Captain America, aka Steve Rogers, and Iron Man, aka of course Mr. Tony Stark. Now, similar to who Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Captain America, Iron Man, we also saw in the reveal. As for Black Panther and Hulk we knew was probably going to be there. I'm surprised that Thor didn't make the base roster. Or so if Thor's going to be in the game, he's probably going to be DLC. That's kind of surprising that that Thor doesn't make up the base roster, especially in the Fighting Avengers. I feel like, and I think partially because of like the MCU and everything. I think when people think of like the Avengers, the four people that automatically come to mind are Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Thor. So Thor not being there is kind of a surprise. And you almost get the feeling that Arc System Works wanted to be a bit more experimental with who they put in this game, and it is pretty cool to see. Now, having Shuri's version of Black Panther, or does this mean we won't get T'Challa? I don't think so. I think he'll probably be in at some point, maybe a little bit down the line. But again, similar to Thor, T'Challa's Black Panther being DLC, that's gonna be a bit of a surprise. Shuri, I'm not against Shuri's Black Panther, but especially because Wakanda Forever wasn't that long ago. It was only a few years ago, and Shuri's been Black Panther for quite some time now, so it makes sense, but it is a bit surprising, but I am not mad at it. Next up is the Knights of Doom. So we have Doctor Doom, we have Carnage, aka Cletus Cassidy, we have the Green Goblin, aka Norman Osborn, and we have Magneto. Oh, now Doctor Doom was again revealed. Well, each one of these teams have people that has one of the as at least one or two of the 8 people that were revealed when they first revealed Marvel Tokon. But Doctor Doom is leading the Knights of Doom here. Still looks really cool. Magneto, I checked my list. Like every time a character team was announced, I checked my list. How on earth did I not have Magneto in either roster, especially the base roster? Magneto, like one of the most iconic villains, even though he's kind of more of an anti-hero, but one of the most iconic like X-Men villains and everything. And how did I not have Magneto in my base roster? Is a huge that is huge shame on me. Like, come on, man. You gotta have Magneto, but Magneto looks absolutely sick. Like my stupidity aside, Magneto looks absolutely sick. He looks about how you expect, and I like how everything is close to their comic counterparts, but exaggerated in a way that doesn't feel too foreign or forced. It still feels natural. It still looks cool. Green Goblin looks absolutely fantastic. Like I am, I am definitely hyped to see Green Goblin in the game. And I think I had him for the base roster, or I think he was one of the ones I predicted for the base roster. Yes, so it's cool to see that they are, in fact, going with Green Goblin in this game. Carnage being a part of the base roster, that definitely surprised me. I think I had Carnage in, I want to say I had Carnage in, I'm sorry, I'm looking through my list here. Did I have Carnage in my base roster? Or my DLC? I don't see him in DLC, and I don't see him in the base roster. Or, I'm surprised that they went with Carnage over Venom. Now, Carnage, I feel like a character that's not used as much in like media and stuff, in like the different media, but having Carnage here is a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one, and it's pretty cool to see him him being in this game, and his design looks absolutely fantastic. It looks scary. He's got a little bit of beef on him, which is cool. But I do wonder if we are getting Venom in the DLC, and I wonder if we're gonna get Agent Venom as well on top of that. But obviously that remains to be seen. But next up is the Unbreakable X-Men. I'm intentionally skipping the Samurai Outriders, or even though they're listed before the Unbreakable X-Men here on the wiki, but I'm skipping over them for now because they were revealed last, and there's a lot I want to talk about when it comes to them. So we're gonna go to the Unbreakable X-Men now. This team, I believe, was revealed second overall, but we have. Or I think this might have been the first team revealed in like the videos and everything. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But for the Unbreakable X-Men, we have Danger, Magic, Storm, and Wolverine. Now, Wolverine. Now again, Storm we knew was going to be in the game. We saw her in the reveal. Wolverine we knew definitely was going to be in the game, and the fact that he's being voiced by Steven Bloom, that makes a lot of sense. Magic being a part of the base roster, I guess it makes sense, especially with her being kind of a popular character on like Marvel Rivals and everything. Danger. Admittedly, I was unfamiliar with the character beforehand, but it's cool that they're throwing in an obscure character. Sometimes, and I did that when I did my Unbreakable X-Men reaction for Marvel Tokon, but sometimes you throw some curveballs. You throw some lesser known characters in there or for the game, and such as when they did like Blackheart or Shumagorath in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, which you're seeing on screen. I'm not sure which Marvel vs. Capcom game I'm playing just yet because I'm recording this before gameplay, obviously. But Danger or being there, I think pretty cool to not go with a mainstream character or instead going for a lesser known character. I think is a really cool idea, and I can't wait to see what Danger does in the game. We already got a little taste of it. She kind of does remind me, and I think I said that during my reaction and everything. She kind of reminds me of Iron Man a little bit. But slash like cyborg, but we'll see more of her in the game when it comes out. And then finally, we have the Samurai Outriders, consisting of Blade, Ghost Rider, aka Robbie Reyes, the Robbie Reyes version, Loki, and Deadpool. Now, Robbie Reyes is again for one final time was revealed during the Marvel Tokon reveal, and again, nice that they're going for or kind of getting experimental because they easily could have went with Johnny Blaze, but they decided to go with Robbie Reyes, and I think that's really cool to see. Blade. A lot of people were hyped to see Blade in this game, and they didn't think he would be a part of the base roster. I think I had him listed for DLC, if I'm not mistaken, and or was he part of my base roster? Uh, um, well, oh yeah, he was part of my base roster. Woo! I called it. All of you owe me $20. No, I'm kidding. But Blade being part of the base roster is really cool. Well, well, Loki. First of all, I love in the reveal video for the Samurai Outriders. I do love Loki first disguising himself as Captain America. A nice nod to the MCU. When Loki did the exact same thing, it was pretty funny. It's like the only thing I remember from Thor: The Dark World, full transparency. But Loki being there again, and similar to the Fighting Avengers, Loki being there or in the base roster, but not Thor, that's pretty surprising. And then there's Deadpool. Now, you knew Deadpool was probably going to be there. I think I had Deadpool on my base roster. Yep, there he is, right under Daredevil. But Deadpool, well, I already, like, sometimes in a game, especially a fighting game, you eventually you develop this superpower where you know exactly who you're gonna main. I think Deadpool's probably gonna be my main. He looks like such a fun character, or he's gonna be such a fun character to play as. First of all, I'm a huge fan of Deadpool, just as a character, but even in the course of this game, it really felt like the Deadpool character felt like Arc System Works being like, how many fighting game references can we squeeze into one character? And Deadpool is chock full of them. He does the toasty from Mortal Kombat. He does the random BS go that Moon Knight has. He does the different poses and everything. And I'm surprised that they didn't like all the references he made. I'm surprised his like special move slash finisher wasn't like a maximum spider, but uh, I think that probably would have been overkill. But shoot, at this point, why not? But Deadpool being there and having the Deadpool core be a part of his like special move and everything, including Lady Deadpool, Zombie Headpool, Dogpool, and Kidpool was pretty funny. And having Kidpool while everybody else is holding a regular gun, having Kidpool hold a water gun, I think was really funny. But Deadpool, I could tell is going to be a fun character. But yeah, so that's the base roster, a pretty solid base roster. Like a for a base roster, there's probably a lot of people missing that people would like, but there's also a lot of people there that people would be happy with. So I think I think when it comes to the satisfaction of everyone who potentially was interested in this game, like if you ask people to put together like a roster for a Marvel fighting game, I think the roster we have here is pretty close to what people would expect. I'm pretty sure people would expect there to be a bit more characters, maybe like 30 or so instead of 20. But like I said, more characters could be added as things progress, especially because as with like one of the pre-order bonuses being like a group doll. Oh, I believe it does potentially mean we might get the Guardians of the Galaxy at some point. So if you pre-purchase any edition of Marvel Tokon, you get the Infinity Gauntlet as lobby equipment, you get Baby Groot as a lobby pet, and Cosmic Surfboard as a lobby ride. So we might get like the rest of the Guardians, Thanos, and Silver Surfer, especially Thanos for DLC. And for DLC, I'm not gonna predict like a specific amount. They say at least 4, but it's probably gonna be more than that, especially if they're gonna continue to do it year after year. They might take the Street Fighter approach, where they release a batch of characters, every like few months to a year or so. So we'll probably get characters like the rest of the Guardians, the Fantastic Four, Thanos, was maybe Silver Surfer, or possibly some more X-Men like Cyclops, Rogue, Jean Grey. I can't wait to see what other characters get added. Now, in terms of the plot is described as the champion of the universe, and I'm reading this verbatim on the wiki here. It says, the champion of the universe, who has destroyed multiple worlds that have failed to produce worthy opponents, has chosen Earth as his next target. His promoter announces the challenge of the champion, forcing teams of 4 to compete in qualifying rounds before they can challenge the champion himself. To prevent Earth's destruction, 5 teams of heroes and villains are formed to compete in the tournament and stop the champion. So, based on that and the team dynamic, like the team structure and everything, I imagine the plot is going to be similar, or how the plot is handled and everything, how the story's handled, is going to be similar to games like a lot of the Sonic games, like Sonic Heroes or like Sonic Riders and everything, where you're able to play as a team and then you get like a different ending and everything. Or they did the same thing for like Crash Nitro Kart, where depending on the team, you can then fight the final boss, get a different ending, stuff like that. I imagine that's probably how they're gonna do it, uh, but obviously that remains to be seen. Uh, in terms of, like I said, in terms of roster, very good roster. Or I imagine, and they'll have the plot, and then they'll probably have some other bonus stuff you can do in game to help kind of uh add some variety to what you'll be doing in the game. They'll probably have like different modes and everything, kind of like how Mortal Kombat has Test Your Might, or like Street Fighter has you beating up the car and everything. And I imagine we'll probably see something from Marvel Tokon. Um, I would like to see one of those. It'd be cool if they had like what AEW Fight Forever had, where it has like trivia and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. But wow, AEW Fight Forever being referenced. That's something. But yeah, so I am excited. I am hyped. I'm pre-ordering my copy. Again, my wallet is gonna hate me, but it'll definitely be worth it. But that is going to do it for this kind of discussion video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on those post notifications so you know every single time I upload a video, so you never miss an upload. Let me know in the comment section below, are you excited for Marvel Tokon? And what is your thoughts on the full base roster? And who do you think is going to be DLC for the game? Uh, and uh, and let me know your predictions, your thoughts in the comments. And do you think the roster's good? Who would you have added? Who would you have taken away? Let me know. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace. I also want to take this time to mention, before I sign off officially, that on launch day, I will be streaming this game. So the game officially comes out on August 6th. So if you haven't followed me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch, and we will be live on launch day. It'll probably be later on in the evening. I'm not sure yet, but we will be there launch day for the launch of Marvel Tokon. We'll probably do some offline. We may do some online. I'm not sure yet, but yep. So we will do a launch day stream for Marvel Tokon. So be there or be square. Square Enix.